man. Hey everybody, what's up? That's actually a live video, dudes. Let me tell you, it's not fake. See my tweezers? Yeah, you guys in the chat, let me know. You know that I had a microscope way back then, several years ago. I actually could see this on my Windows 11. This is actually just the you know, like the microscopes you get like on Temu, Amazon. I bought one of these things back a few years ago. It's cool. This is actually a board we're trying out. It's not a Seabury we're doing. You know those boards I had a while back you've seen in my videos? So what I did today, guys, I was playing with I was actually removing these components here. You guys see it here? I actually could see this on my Sharp TV screen. I hooked up with an HDMI cable tonight. So this is actually gives us an idea. And mostly you can look at chips like this all the time. I don't know if you can see those things when I desolder it. It's not perfect on this board, but we can actually do surface components removed if we want. These are the ones I removed today. I had to use some pliers and use the soldering iron. It is perfect for that. But we can remove SDM chips today if we want with these kind of things. Let me see if we can get a good shot of that. Yeah, we could do stuff like that. But this is a microscope we're using tonight. It has LED lights. I bought one of these a while back when I was doing drones. We can actually remove things. Let's hope we don't melt this thing. So you guys can see this component. It is very close. Zoom up on this microscope. We can actually try to zoom it out, but it is very close. I got this on a holy hands. I wish somebody can get me a tripod for this thing. It's the microscope you can get for like $12 on Temu, which I wish somebody could give me my microscope thing that connects to it. We're running a the Windows 11 machine like we're doing the OSB software, and I'm running this to my Sharp TV screen, a 20-inch screen. I used to ran back in Utah when I used to do all my little satellite stuff, things like that. We can actually see surface mount chips like this. I actually put this back together today when I was doing the hot air gun, and we can do other chips we can do. So who's in the chat tonight? I can't see you guys on the screen, but I can go in the OBS. These are some of the components I'm looking at right now. I don't know if you guys can see that. These are not from Seabury. This is from a scanner I took apart a while back. I'll show you the date of this. I'm just trying out something fun. This is from 1994. This is one of those Bearcat scanners I had a while back. I actually parted this one out way back then. So yeah, you guys see that. This is a very cool little thing you could do on Windows 11. And with this little microscope thing, I have it on this holding hands type thing. It's the one with the magnifying glass. I'm not wearing no glasses and stuff. I could actually see this on my computer screen and my 20-inch monitor I'm looking at right now. We can actually see everything, this whole thing. This is only good for things like this, but when you do a C-rate, it's kind of different. I'll show you some of the components I was removing today. I'll show you what I got today off these components. I removed these today. If you guys could see this. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that is one of them we removed today. I'll give you guys a good glimpse. This is that's what I removed today, one of these components. It's a 35 volt 470 flare. So yeah, this is on the microscope. We removed that component today. We're gonna have some little fun tonight. And I'll see if we could try something really cool with this. I got the tweezers. I was trying to remove this chip today. I want to tear this thing apart. It doesn't matter. This is you can't put this close. This is another USB port. But this thing you can do a little surface mount. It's good to have this thing. And this is a chip we're going around, but the microscope cannot be zoomed out. So I actually put some flux in that today. So we're gonna play a little heat gun today. We're gonna try out something we do. We might remove this chip. I actually put this chip back together today. I'm gonna have a little fun with this. I'll show you how to remove it. It's not perfect, but we can see it. On the other screen, on the Windows 7 screen, you can see it better on Windows 10, on the Windows 11 screen, but on my monitor it looks kind of different. But we're gonna try to remove this with the heat gun today. I'm gonna learn some stuff right here. We're gonna fire this up right now. You might hear it in the background. It picks it up when you grab it. It does that. It's pretty cool. And we're going to try this today. We're going to set it up, turn it on. And again, we're going to turn it up to 5. No, no. Hit the wrong button. Turn this guy on. Had the solder up. There we go. We're back on. We're going to go up to maybe 420 Celsius. That's how it does. We're going to try something today. So we don't want to burn no boards. I got a little tube hook up, but this thing, I'm going to go to these 400 Celsius. 421. I'm going to go play around. We're going to put some flux in it. But it puts it on here. We're going to put a little flux on it right now. We're going to have some fun with this board. It will shut off. It's a pretty cool little thing. I'll show you guys later. We're going to have a little test board. Yeah, look at that. We're doing some and waxing and waxing. Beautiful. Oh yeah, I can see like a magnifying glass. I wish I had a microscope and could solder stuff, but so you don't see that blind stuff in there. But it's good. We're gonna remove this board. I actually put this board back together today. I was playing with it. You guys can see it on the screen. And I'll grab this thing. It'll cut on. This thing's amazing. I only paid like 30 bucks for this thing. There it goes. It's doing its thing. It should be able to remove itself by now. I'll grab it right here. Grab it. So I'm going to melt that solder thing. That's good. We want to do it like that. You see it heating. Be able to remove it by now. Nope. We'll have to heat it up more. Microscope's very close. There we go. We just remove it. And we just did that today. This was a chip we removed today. It's a 189, I think it is. I don't know what it is. It could be 189. And we're going to put this back on the board if we want. Watch how we can do this. I'm going to be perfect. Shit, we lost it. It blew off across the screen. But we'll put it back in a second. We gotta turn the air down quite a bit. That's what we gotta do. It's too high on the air. I'll put this back in. But yeah, we removed the board. That's cool. But don't do this on your quad 5 radio. And mostly you gotta do with this thing. You could turn the air down quite a bit. It's too high. There we go. It'll blow off the board a little bit. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit so we get. That's the only way you do, so you don't lose that thing when it blows. See it, it'll blow. We gotta turn it very low. That's what happens in these sound effects. Yeah, that shit is hot. Ooh, this thing will burn the crap out of you. Don't touch this thing. I'm gonna put it back. Yep. The only way he'll do it, resolder it back. The way I do it, gotta press down this bad boy. It's gonna be easy. Very close. So This shit heats up very bad. Gotta heat it up more. This thing's very hard to do. Turn it up a little bit. Look at that. That was cool. Do you see that? You blow it back on the board a little bit. Watch this. I'm gonna move it. I just got it. As long as it touched down, it'd be fine. Oh, shoot. They're very hard to do that. Get right on the money. Wish I had better tweezers. Something doesn't burn your hands a lot. Okay. Yep. That's pretty close. Push down on this baby. That should be fine, guys. And let me see. We went way off the part. It looks very different when I looked at it, but yeah. Definitely is back on, guys. It's perfect as a bell. It's not going to affect anything as long as it's good. We got solder on that thing. Yep, we replaced it back. Let's put this bad boy back on here. Alright. That was beautiful, guys. Alright, you guys saw that little demonstration? See who's in the chat tonight? We had a little demonstration we'll show you on screen today. I'm going to go look at who's out there tonight. We had some little fun tonight. That's awesome. We got one person out there tonight. So you guys, can you hear me on the microphone okay? I'm checking the chat right now. Give me a hi. Let me see, you guys. Did you see it? And we did the demonstration just now. I removed the SML chip just now and then put it back in. And I did it on the live stream, so that was pretty cool. So give me a like, you guys saw that. We removed it and I put it back on at the same time with the heat gun. And the heat gun is very nice. And I bought this today, but even when you solder something, it's cool. We'll see if we could try something late tonight. Yeah, maybe we can get some components off. So that was pretty cool. There's a little delay on this thing. I just moved it off the screen. So it's still on the screen. There we go. Alright, that was a little delay. I was checking the chat who's out there tonight, so see if we can get this one of these components removed. I know you guys can't see it, but we're gonna get one of these capacitors removed tonight. There we go. We can get the capacitor. Maybe we could try one of these capacitors tonight. Remove them. We got some more over here. We got these two capacitors. I like to get those guys, but mostly the only way I have to pull these off with some pliers. And we got this little cool. Look at that, guys. You can see this out there. What is that thing? Is that a microphone? Looks like a little sensor thing, but it's what it is. It's pretty cool with this microscope. Let's check these little band things. So what's the color of these combination? Orange, white, black, and gold. This is how you can see if chips are really close. So this is the soldering station. So it's still blowing the fan. Maybe we got to get it turned off for a second. It'll shut up automatically. That is pretty cool. It's one of those cool features it does. The hot air gun is one of the coolest things. And there's a component here. This is from a scanner I had a while back. And my grandpa in Oklahoma gave it to me when he passed away. And I had a bunch of radios. He gave me a few of them, like a scanner. I'm looking at this component here. We're trying to find this little square component, that one right there. You guys see it right there. This one, you see it with random. That one right there, yep. This is pretty cool. We can actually see things up close. You guys see any words on this thing? Yeah, look at that. Pretty cool. We'll maybe remove this component on the screen, but it probably won't do it on this board here. Yeah, because these kind of boards, when they stay up, the only thing these are good for removing surface boards. Let's play some surface mode. Get we don't want to do that right now on these boards. Maybe we can remove some surface components up here. These are easy to get like that. That's how good. Let's remove a lot of these tonight. The way you remove and just push it off to your thing, it'll work. And we got another component here. I don't know what that is. That could be hair in the way. Let's see. It's just a light reflecting. So yeah, that's what it is. It's the way the board is. Traces look pretty good. So we're gonna flip this back. And I'll show you the honeypots that we have here. You guys see these old honeypots. These are on a scanner. And got some scroll things like that. We're using this microscope. It's a cheap one. I can see it better on the Windows 11 computer. But yeah, on the TV screen it looks much brighter. And we got a bunch of boards here. So this is like good for surface mount removing if you're very good at this. And you can probably do no problem right here. Let's try to get one of those blackboards on. This should be easy to do. It's not burning the borders. We're putting some hot iron gun stuff like that. Maybe we'll bring up the camera there. See, this will come back on when I hold it. It'll start coming back on in a second. And it actually has an automatic turns on. Let me see. There it goes. We got 420 Celsius. How much temperature is that? Before I do, I need to flux this up. When you do that, you put the flux on these things. That's what you gotta do. That's what we do. Put some flux on these boards. It's a good thing to play with some components I've got stuff up into. That's what I used to use on drones. I was trying to look for things. And that's what I used to use on drones. I was trying to look for things. And I bought it back in 2017. I have this. I think it was around 2018 I got this. Like this. And we'll just remove them in a minute. These squeezes will burn my hands, but yeah, this is cool. This is more like you can remove surface chips. And I've done it with this with a heat gun, but this is actually a lot better than using a hard free gun. This is going to start melting in about a few minutes. And I got a little tiny tip of this. But I got to show you the cool manual I came with the solder iron gun. It's got all the tips. So the good news about the tips about the solder iron, it'll fit all the Walmart tips you can get, the one for $9. And usually it will do it for the 900 series. It'll come off pretty easy. Yep, we can remove it pretty easy. There it goes. Coming right off, guys. That was beautiful. Piece of cake. So let's get this guy here. We'll move this up here. Doing some great things tonight. We're not melting the side thing there. Let's remove this guy here. Off that. Off that. There we go. And the last one here, we can move it down here so we can see it. It's like blowing on lava. And we got that one off. I learned some techniques a lot of soldering videos. Where's the one with the black pin here? She is flowing so good, like liquefied. You guys can see it. I'm gonna get this guy out of here, and everything's good. That's the bad point about these things. So we did burn the board a little bit. You got to be careful there, but we did it. So you guys can do this with this kind of stuff when it moves. So it is a beautiful system. At least my thing did not melt it. So wish I had a better microscope system, but I'm showing you guys do it. Pretty cool. I don't care about that stuff up there. This is a little burnt, but it did look like it burnt the trace board. Yeah, you don't want to do it too long, but it looks like the trace is still good. That's why you got to be careful about the burnt boards. But you have to, the way I do it, I have to turn the heat gun very low. So we're going to practice in a minute. Yeah, the way you do is got to do that. So this is a practice board. Let me show you the components we got here. We got this off the board. That's pretty beautiful. Look at that, guys. That came out really good. And I'll show you the other one we got a while ago. Let's see. See it? Well, it looks like solder. We got that one pretty good. Looks like 30101, 103. Just got here. This we want down. Do that if you want. Shit we got. So that's really good. Hey, look at that, guys. The 103. So we got that chip off that board today. And the one we got the other one. So you're gonna see it. It's a 104. You got a 104 right there. I can see it better on there. So you guys saw that. That was pretty cool. We'll put them in the file. We have to save them. I'll show you some. I got some other ones today. We got a chip off today. When I did it earlier today, when I practiced up, we had one of these chips we got off. And you guys can see what it is. Let's give us a number reading. This thing can read. Can you guys read it? I actually see it better on the Windows computer a lot better. The one on the screen on the sharpener looks kind of bright. So we can see it. Looks like 324 EZBT 101. That's what it shows. I think BT 101, I think it is. And that's what it shows. What kind of manufacturer is that one? So yeah, look at that shit. So look that up if you guys want to do that. Let's get another chip we can show you. It's hard to tell by this one. But I had to clean that up, show you guys. That's the microscope. You guys can see what it looks like. Let's try to turn this brightness down a little bit so we can see what it is. Too bright. Yeah, I can't tell because all that flux and stuff. But we have to clean it up so you guys can see it. So the pins look pretty quite good. Look at that. We got the pins right here. I'm trying to practice. There we go. See them right there, so we moved them. They don't look like they're bent. So yeah, that's what we did. So we did good, guys, but I did some better ones too. I have some other ones I got. We're gonna probably have some little fun. We can't do anything like these soldering stuff we show you, but I'll have to show you guys later on the camera we can do. As a, is that a, what's the numbers on this guy? 681 or 189? Let's go flip it right. It's not a 681. Let's see. There we go. No, it's a 681, so the numbers are backwards. Crap. Yeah, it says it's actually 681. That's what that ship is called. Yeah, it looked like it came out good. Let's see. What? There we go. We should be able to see it. Yeah, 681. You guys can see it right there. So what you got to do when you practice, guys, make sure you turn your blower a little bit low so it won't burn your chips. If you're going to do this on your quad 5 radio, if you're going to remove that chip you want to remove, you could do this with this or use a tip solder iron. So it's pretty cool, guys. And we got a lot more, so that's pretty quite fun we're doing. So we're removing surface chips. But wish we could show us how we can run capacitors and stuff, but yeah, we could do that if they're like the way that has it work. So we could try something tonight. So we move that out of the way. The way I do the capacitors, where's that? It's hard to do that. We have to move the thing on the edge. Then we could try something like this. That's the way you do it. And the way you do this, it's a good idea to do that. We're going to look at what capacitor we can remove. Maybe we can remove this capacitor. These two here, maybe we could try that. And I'll put a flux on them. We could hold the board like this. Maybe we could move the scope around it so we can get some good glimpse. Just, there we go. These are the ones we're going to remove. I wish I'd sent them with it, but this is a cool microscope. This little microscope, I have it on a holding hands, so we could actually do with the soldering right here at the same time and remove them. And let's put some flux. Maybe we can use the pliers at the same time. Yeah, pretty easy to do, but I'll show you. I'm get it. So, these ones, these ones. Go. Or I know exactly what I'm looking at right here. Oh, that flux. It's okay. We're going to be using the solder iron. Turn this baby off. As you see it. Heat up in a second. We got our solder iron ready to go. We got to find how we can remove this board at the same time. It's hard to do at the same time holding put up pliers. Then we could do maybe we could do the suction cup we have. The little thing like this. But I'm holding this in the mid-air to do this, so we might be able to get that going. What we do, we grab it with this tube, and we'll do it at the same time. That's how I'm gonna do it at the same time. Gotta grab it and do it quick. Hope this thing is on. Let's do it. Yeah, babies. We got 'em. There we are. Yeah, we got those components there. But I know to remove them. But I'll show you guys how to do it with a soldering. I'm going to remove them right here in a second. You guys will see that later. Yeah, we got one, two of those guys. We're going to see if we can get them. Find a way. There we go. Move it. I like this microscope to see it. So we could actually do it, guys. Yeah, that thing is good, like doing like grease tipping stuff. I'm trying to get it out of there. I'm trying to grab it. Got the soldering tip on that one. Microscope, you can do all that stuff, and you can actually see solder joints and to the thing you can move. Guys get it right as the soldering's doing perfect, guys. It's actually doing it right there. I'll show you guys in a second. I'll remove it in a minute. I'll give you guys a little chip, a little thing. I'll show you something a little bit. Look faster because we can show you something really cool there. I'll remove this in a minute and show you guys what I'll remove. So we got it. I can do this with my eyes doing it. So I'll give you guys a quick look clips. This is what we'll remove today. There we go. Got it, guys. Good. We got it open. I know it's hard to hold them at the same time, but I got a capacitor out. I got one off the board, guys. You can see it. I'm fixing this thing. It's kind of really hot. I'll straighten it out, but we had to bend it. So I'll show you guys what I got. It looks like what I have here is a 4.7 UFarad, 5 volts. I'll show you in a second. We just got off the board. I just removed it just now. Maybe you guys can see it. There we go. So we'll give you guys a little glimpse of it. It looks pretty good shape, so we just remove it more. It's hard to remove, but the solder iron does the trick, guys. It is a beautiful solder iron. It does remove very quick, but if you have something to hold it to remove it, yeah, you can get capacitors off pretty easy with the solder iron. It does great. You guys show in a second. And get the UFarad up here. There, we got it. We got it here. That's sorry about that, folks. Show you in a second. There we go, guys. You see it? 47 UFarad, 5 volts. Yeah, I see it. It looks better when it's 47 and 5 volts. So it's actually the magnifying glass that does that crap. So they do that with the lights on it. Because let me try to move it around so you guys see it a little better. There we go. You guys see the 5 volts. The UFarads on the top. There it is. You guys saw it, the 47 UFarads. Oh yeah. Yeah, you see the 47? I know it's hard to see on the magnifying, but we got a good glimpse of it. It looks black on the screen. It looks like a little bit different on the big screen, but I can see it on the computer screen. So that is what we pulled out a while ago. What is that brand name? YEC. It's probably an old brand name. So I'll show you where we pulled it out yet. So you guys want to see where I pulled it off at. That component here. I think there's another one on it too. So we got it from this board here. Let's see, there it goes. You see where I pulled it off at? It's still good shape, guys. We can retip that right now. Let's get that little bad boy out. The sirens were kind of different. Let's get it going. Let's get these little tipped back up in a second. Bring it off here. Don't want to touch that. This is good. Sides. We got them out with both holes. At least 334 Celsius. How much is that on the degree? So you guys see that board, okay? Tonight, but yeah. So we're good, guys. So anybody out there tonight? You can go look at the chat. Gonna put that here. Surface thing. Yeah, we're gonna remove some of those tonight. You guys want to have fun with that? But it look like more of them right there. Let's take a look at who's in the chat tonight. We got 2 viewers in here. So we got at least 8 views. We got 2 people in the chat tonight. Who's saying hi out there tonight? Anyone out there want to say hi? Yeah, that's right. 420 Celsius, 788 degrees. Does that thing burn the shit out of the board? It does a little bit if you turn it down. It's actually called 8586. I got it off the Temu. So what's up? The price gets knocked down. So I found one on AliExpress for $26. The same thing. And it's a single LC screen board. But I show you guys what it is. It's pretty nice once you learn how to do it. And something came with a lot of cool things with it. But it will work with the Walmart tips you get at Walmart's. And it goes with the 900 series, T900 for the soldering iron tips. And I saw the instruction book. It comes with shows you all the soldering iron tips for the T900 series and for the air gun. So the air gun, I have these. It comes with like three air gun type nozzles. I have a little smallest nozzle right now. So that's what I'm saying. That is a you know what magnifier that is? It's the one with the you get for like $16, $12. I bought this back a long time ago, Mark Sankas. I think about 8, 9 years ago when phone farming was going good. I even got this from Quick Dots, and I used this on my phone one time, one of my older phones, which it was all that good, but those little tiny are fly like poop. But I'm telling you, yeah. But this little microscope thing, I put it on one of my tablets to look at it one time on an Android tab back in Utah, and I was using it for chips and stuff, but didn't know how to do it. But these are the same magnifying glass. You get the new one today. It goes on a little thing, but this comes with a silver. I got this on the holy hands right now. On the little magnifier, but that's what I have it on, holding with an hour gear equipped, moving around with it. That's it. And these are like $12. They come with a camera with, but this with a screen with, but this you can hook up to your computer. But this doesn't come with a screen. I have this one's like the $9 one you can get, the microscope thing. It's a black long thing, has LED lights with it, and it has magnetizations from 40 times zoom to 1,000 times zoom. You can snapshot it, or you could even zoom in it like this. But you can't do it with that. That's only on Android. But this has a scope with it. But I'm running this on a Windows 11 with a USB cord that goes into it, and it actually did it automatically. Yeah, it is a surface mount, and this is one of these high crappy quality. But these are the first magnifiers that came out. But you can get them on AliExpress and Temu for like $6 to $9. But this one does not have a tripod. I had a tripod with it. It's like a little tiny one. It's not all that great. So I put this on the holding hands with the magnifying glass I had used in my videos many times. So yeah, it's holding on holding hands and pointing very close. But it does good with air guns. But I did with the soldering iron. But yeah. But this little soldering iron thing, they sell it for $26 on AliExpress right now. So when I bought this for $31, it came to $35 for it. Came today. So it's 11.05 right now. So then I went on AliExpress today to get a price match of the soldering iron to look on AliExpress. So I sent it over to Temu. When it says when a price match, it'll knock the price down. They'll give you a refund credit for like $5 for if it's $5 cheaper. So I'm gonna get a refund credit maybe in a couple hours. I took snapshots of the one on AliExpress. They do price match, and they'll give you a refund from review, or if the price went a little high. So that's a cool thing about Temu can do this. But these were on sale during Temu. So the soldering iron, the heat gun, that's pretty cool. You can adjust with the fan, with the little knob switch. They have different ones, but this was a great deal when I got it for free for doing foam farming, and they take PayPal and all that stuff. And usually the soldering tip is pretty nice. I actually tried it out a little bit today, but you have to adjust temperature. It does Celsius, does Fahrenheit. Wish it did, but it's got two switches on it. It's got this little thing where you can clean up. You could throw some gold stuff in it, but it could do all that. I was pretty amazed with the heat gun I was practicing. I did it earlier today. I did with eyeball looking at it, but on the screen, I'm looking at it on two screens. I have it on my Windows laptop here. Then I had on that Sharp screen you've seen a while back with the QSL cards, with the ones with the shortwave radio wave ones I did a while back, like you've seen on it. Even the one, the Hawaiian WVH one. So that's the monitor I'm using right now, hooking it up to my laptop, and I can see everything in the windows right now with this. Yeah, it does that. But I wish I could, and it's on my short videos when I put this out today. And I'm telling you, this thing is not heavy, okay? It is very light. I took the thing apart today to look inside. It's very tiny, small component chips. It uses a small transformer in the system, and it does it to 700 watts. But it comes with nozzle. But I'm telling you, you could put and I saw something on the video about this heat gun. Some guy melt his, and I think what he did wrong, he says his heating sensor failed. But the way you could do that, you could turn off the main switch to do that. But it has a fan in this heat gun. It blows in it, and when you grab it, it will turn on automatically when you turn it on. It's pretty cool. So I have these are the components I put out today. You saw that, and I have a lot more boards than this one. And I couldn't do these boards before. Some of my solder irons will not do certain solder iron iron stuff, like some of the solder will not do older solder irons, but this one will do the newest one they have. But I have another board here I pulled out of a microwave. I'll show you in a second. This was the scanner board you saw. So let me take a look. Are we a delay? So there's a delay on the video. I'll show you this board here. It's called Delta. This thing has a lot of components on it. And let's see if it did. There we go. We just moved it down. There's a delay on this thing too. And let me go look at it right here. So this one is a Delta board. This came out of one, I think it was a freezer I had, a miniature fridge. So this is actually what it is. It's got some nice stuff on this one. There's some diodes right there. That's a diode. There's a transformer in the way of this thing, but some capacitor can't get in there, but you can get in this. But these kind of things, I wish the magnifier was big and be able to do all the stuff. You can see a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool, and you can see resistors. So look at those components, see? A realistic R9. So what's the combination of those? Silver, gold, orange, black. So this thing could show up pretty good on resistors, but I can see it on my bright screen, on sharp screen, on a sharp TV screen, an old one. You can see the colors really bright on it. But on this one, it just looks kind of dim, but you can still see it on the windows pretty good on the screen on here you guys are watching. So this thing can see components. Yeah, but I still have to use the head thing to do that. But this can show up really good on other ones too. Let's take a look at another resistor here. I know there's a little hair on that. Let's see if we can remove that, see guys. Where's it at? There we go. Got it open, so. There we go. So that looks like, let's see, we got to point at it. Gold, black, white, and orange. This thing can see up really good stuff. So that's what that little black magnifying glass is. I'll link this down in the description where you can get all this stuff. This is like look at this weird blue one, guys. You see it? But I can see it really bright on the sharp screen. It looks really nice. But this looks good on the, yeah, because the windows is not bright on this one because I turned down that stuff, but you can still see it. When I'm looking at it, it's mostly, it looks like black, or it could be a green. But that could be a green right there. I'm trying to see. It looks like a green. Yeah, you could tell that's a green, blue, like a bright, like a dark blue, red, like a dark red, black, and brown. So that's where you gotta look at these combinations. So you are. I'm getting enough time for people to look at it, because we do. So she looks beautiful on the screen. Look at that, guys. Yeah. So you guys can see this thing's great. This one, this microscope I got a while back, because when I used to solder drums a long time ago, that's what I got this for. It'll do animals and stuff. Yeah, it looks pretty bright on the screen. It looks pretty good. But the sharp TV screen sees it better because I got an HDMI cord running from the laptop to the screen on a 20-inch monitor, and I can see it pretty good. And I can see it on the laptop. It looks kind of different. But they do that. They look almost the same combination of colors. So it looks pretty beautiful. I'll be right back in a minute so you guys can look at this. We'll just move it over to another component. I'm going to get something to drink in a minute so you guys enjoy this. Let's put something really good. So that looks like a resistor. So this thing, we can do a lot of surface remove things. This is going to help me a lot with this microscope. We can actually remove this component, but we don't want to do it near a transformer because it might melt this thing. So you got to remove transformers and stuff off those. I have plenty of a lot of parts of this stuff. So this looks like it's from 2010 or something. So what is this one? No mode, either way. I told you, you guys can do a lot of stuff with this, but sometimes the microscope doesn't do certain things. But I wish they make better microscopes. Let's take a look at that. And these are the components on the back, you can see. But once you remove that stuff and make it all flat surface, this microscope will be quite good. So that's what you gotta do. You gotta remove a lot of big chips away, because there's a transformer in the middle of this thing. But this is a great thing. We can get a lot of parts off this thing. I'll probably do a little bit more of this stuff, but it's amazing. And we got another board we can look at. I have a lot more components to that. This looks like something called Cobra Dr. Pepper. It looks like a German name. That's a weird name. I never knew Dr. Pepper made chipboards. This could have been from something else I got out of one of those I got a lot of boards I got. Even out of coffee pots. This probably could have been from a coffee pot. Look at this guy here. But yeah, I think Wangman should get one of these and try it out himself. He can do a lot of stuff with it, but I show you how you guys stick a surface thing, and I put it back on there, and you guys saw that you could do it. As long as you line those components up to it, it'd be okay. There's a lot of stuff on this stuff you can look at boards. I never tried to remove one of these chips yet, but I haven't done it yet. Maybe you need a different component to do it. But I was trying to remove one of these chips, I couldn't do it. But these probably this one I could remove because yeah, this one is a different angle than that, but we can try to remove this chip right now. See if we can try to do it. But the one I couldn't remove that giant chip because it's stuck down way deep in there. But let's try this in a minute, see if we can do it. Let's have some fun with this tonight. We'll see if we can remove this chip. Hope we don't burn up the diode here. We got a diode, a big, huge one in there. But I'll show you guys the setup later. I'll go get the camera soon and show you what I'm doing with a microscope. So let's do something really fun tonight. So yeah, but I'll tell you guys, I'm supposed to get the deox spray by this weekend, and my mother ordered it yesterday. It's a small can of deox. It's like $17.99 on Amazon. Got a good deal on it for free shipping. And I wish I had the yellow spray one, the one that had the yellow strong one, but we'll see if we can get that relay off the grant because I have the perfect solder iron for it. I just don't want to burn the boards on the grant. So I have to probably turn the solder iron very low. But the solder iron does really good. It'll definitely will remove it. It probably would, but I don't want to burn any boards yet. Let's try this right now so we can get a good component. This gives you an idea. Wish I had to zoom this out a little bit, but yeah. Because this thing really goes up to 1,000 times. But this is a nice microscope. There's all kinds of it. This one was one of the cheap ones I got a while back. This will tell me an idea when it removes. So you gotta use some tweezers. So I wish I had some better tweezers. So these tweezers are okay. Okay, let me close out. Minimize the screen so I can see the big thing here. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. At 420 degrees with the heat gun. It'll come on when I grab it. There it goes. On it very low, guys. Ooh, thing will smoke. These things are hard to move. So let's give it a little below. Oh, that thing's hot. We need to blow it a little higher so we get a good glimpse. They're hard to remove these chips. The surface ones you can remove like no problem. These can come right off. Chips are hard to remove, but see what we get. It's gonna take a while to heat it up. I didn't want to turn it too. There we go. Right, there we go. We got it, guys. We got the chip removed. Awesome. Took a while, but we got it. We're gonna show you the lights later. We got it removed. But it does the job, guys. Awesome. Got it, dude. Awesome. Chip is gone, baby. The chip is gone. Don't do this on your computer, guys, because I don't want you guys to get messed up. That's pretty nice. We're at 420 Celsius right now. And we have remove this here. It's hot. It's not melting the microscope. That's good. Down for a while. So I just got it on my solder and see it came on the thing. Yeah. These things stick on these things, but it does the job, guys. So it does really good. So let's clean this board out. On it. It's already got plenty of flux. We can grab this thing. But we just got it, guys. That came off like a fly. Let me put it back on this thing. This should burn sure. Got it back on there, so it's good. So good. Take some practice to play, but we need a better soldering so these things will burn the shit out of your wires. Here we go. Let's put this back here in a second. Yeah, look how close on that one. We'll have to move that part there. It'll definitely will burn your table with this. But it's not too, it's that huge tray, but got it. That's what we wanted. Perfect, guys. We got it, dudes. So we put the board back together. It's kind of really kind of testing, but use something that holds the boards and do that. So I'll show you if we got it on there. Yeah, we got it on both. As long as it's lined up those things, means it will still connect. I'm looking at it right now. That is pretty close to that shit. That heat sink will heat up so bad. Man. But the board is actually connected, guys. We got it. It's definitely right on it, so we can remove this. What is that component called? So let's remove this. It's D3, 313, that's what it's called. It's a diode. They come in like that too, so yeah, we can remove this. So I just show you guys that we didn't need solder to do it. We'll just put a little solder on it. Most of don't use your heat gun on your seed areas. This is just practice we're doing. The soldering will be okay. It's the perfect solder I've got, and it heats up very quick because I've done it before. You guys saw in the video I showed you just now. Let's try this. That's when it's going to take a while to cool this thing off, but very cool. Wish I had a better tweezer so it doesn't burn your hands. But let's remove it. You guys see how it's flowing the flux? We can remove it right now. Flow the flux. Look at that's the numbers. We'll just get it off. Perfect. We got it off, guys. Yay! So she is beautiful. Still try this on your fire. Let's go get this going here. Put the little solid flow. We got a little surface component, and I see those guys right there. Like low heat, got our pans. We could turn them up pretty fast, but we got it. Perfect. I usually stick to the thing. Let's get another one. Get it. Oh, we can get it. Now I'm gonna get the other one. At least it's glowing, that's cool. We gotta get this component right there. You got it, it's out of the way. Tag along, babies. Yeah. Oh yeah, old Murphy, we're catching them little components. There's another one just got right there. Got another one right there. It's like grabbing fish out of the pond. You usually stick on your tweezers. And you got to move. That's the only bad point about that. But at least it's not burning up the board, but it is very hot on these things. 420 Celsius. It's pretty cool, guys. It's pretty awesome. We gotta even move out of the one here. Having a little fun, guys. You guys know that. So how's Skip going on with you guys out there? Can you guys all up today? I've been kind of busy for a while, but yeah. There's a little overcast sky since we had stuff like that. I was looking at this guy on the DSVFO thing they were watching on there. This guy's putting a project together. And I was trying to figure out how to do one for my phone on third night, but this guy's doing several projects of the DSVFO and some other people like that. I'm sure you've seen the channel. But yeah, you could build this DSO for under $30. But he has a Cobra 139. He was trying to do it, but I think someone could figure out to do better with this to get it the way he wanted to do. I wanted to see if I can do it for 3-band channels. But DX, I saw some video on that today on that. So let's see if we grab this guy. This thing will blow the solder arm. It'll blow the board off, blow the piece off. We're doing it right there. Let's grab it, retrieve it. Hard. So in a second. Pretty cool thing. It actually will shut itself off. And it's got a magnet and a holding thing. This is what this air gun does. But you can always buy more air guns that connects this box. You can. Yeah, now we get some dipping sauce. Cool. What's that flux in that white jar I have? You guys seen a while back? Wish we could make our own flux. But I did tip the iron today. This iron. I dipped it in my old flux I have and just retip it like did the same thing, process over and retip it, then put in that gold stuff, then put dip in the flux again. Did at least 4 times today so it does not erode. Yeah. Just removing. And we'll grab this thing in a second. Showing. Here's our component. That's where we're going to go for the targets. Get the component. Got it. There it goes. We almost had it. We almost had it. We got it. About to go. Yeah, she's about to go. Gotta get some heat gun, grab. Got it. Yay! We got it removed. That was a little pain in the butt, but it's the way you gotta hold this board down. And you got two little components out of there. That was something else, guys. It was beautiful. Oops. Sorry about the microphone. Let's take a look at our components today. Yeah, the solder does that when it moves. Yeah, let's take a look at this guy here. Yeah, you don't want to do that, it'll melt down. So you guys out there tonight, so we got the chip here, we can get this guy here. I'm gonna grab this one. Chip should be able to get it. I'm gonna get that guy out. I'm gonna grab this guy. There he goes. What?
Richie, need to open a window waiting for the Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Are you soldering?
No. Heat gun is a little blower that removes the chips.
Toxic. And if we go to bed, you gotta make sure that heat gun is pulled off.
It shuts off automatically.
It's gotta lock
It does.
or not.
There it goes, guys. We got it, dudes. It's still here. It has a little fan. It's very small. It has a little fan. You guys see this heat gun? That's what it does. Let's see if we can get this board here. Let's try to crease it. We're at 420 Celsius. I think it's about. Got it, guys. Almost got it removed. Gotta get a little more heat to it. Got it removed. There we go. 6 on your tweezers. We got to remove. There we go. It didn't look like it's broken off. I think does an amazing job. Yeah, we got it. I'll show you the component in a second. We got off of. That was pretty cool, guys. That was awesome. We did really good, dudes. I'll show you the chip we got. I'm gonna just turn that blower down a little bit. Show you the guys the chip. What it does, it blows all the heat out with the fan. We got some chips here. That's what I'm sticking on that. But we can save all these parts we want, but it looks great. And it's pretty good. We'll show you the chip we just got off that big ship we saw. Pretty good size. It'll still be good. I'll show you in a minute. We're going to look at it on the screen. They're still good, guys. Look at that. This is what this thing does, a lot of stuff. So we didn't show you the soldering. We gave you a little bit of that. But this thing does really good on the microscope we got here. I'll show you guys again one of those things. But I wish we could do something with this microscope stuff, like doing for soldering. But this is good for chip surfing mount. We can actually see the boards and stuff, see what it looks like. You guys can check your radius. But I won't do that on the ground with this because if you're going to do something like the Quad 5 or something like that, to move that chip you want, or to modify certain things you want to do, this is a thing you could look at chips. You could look at components, what they look like. That'll give you an idea on that. Maybe this will be a good thing for Wagmaster to look at his Madison. You might be able to find out something what went wrong with him. So it gives an idea. But these are the cheap Chinese microscopes that I have. That these came out for several years. They've been around since like the 2017s. I have. So I'll show you guys. This is a chip we pulled out with the tweezers. We got some of that stuff. I've used these tweezers with wiring slide a long time ago. It's cooling off for a while. You just gotta watch this thing. It takes a while to cool off, but it's pretty good. So look at this chip we got today. The only thing we have to do is clear out clean this off and show you guys what it looks like. I'm taking a look at it. So what does the numbers look like? It looks like HK1 something, and there's a word on it. This came off one of these the chip we have here. It's the one with the Dr. Pepper one you saw. You guys saw already today. That's what it is. It is from a microwave or something. I took off a lot of chips, and the only thing you don't need a ring. So you guys see this. It looks pretty cool. Then the other chip we got earlier today. I'll show you guys in a second. The flatbread chip we got. I'll have to clean this off with things so we can see it. Let me get a little Q-tip so you guys can see that. That's what things can do like that. Okay, that. So how you guys are doing out there today? So yeah, it did burn part of the thing, but that was good. It didn't burn anything near it, but it had a little burn spot on the tray, but that's why it's one of these used trays we find. Clean the board up so we can see it. There we go. We got some numbers on. You guys can take a shot of that. Maybe we can get a good glimpse. Maybe we'll turn down the light and look at what it is. Let's get an idea of it. I'll turn the light down on this guy. Gotta make out the numbers, so let's see. It's in black writing, guys. You see that? So let's take a look at those numbers here. I can see it on better in the window, so it's L32484 or something. Has the word on it. So what kind of chip is that, guys? Maybe you guys get some screenshots of that. So you guys see it better. There we go. It's hard to read the numbers, but it's pretty old, guys. There we go. We got a little bit right there so we can see it. There we go. We got the numbers there. It's an LM32404 something. It has an LM. It's an LM chip, so it could be a Motorola chip I'm looking at. So I got it pretty bright, guys. You can see it. Pretty cool. So let's move this out of the way. See this other chip we got? Let me clean the tip off this guy in a second so we can see this guy here. This is the one we pulled that one off when we did irritate even over this thing. Man, look at all that flux we got on. I got a lot of gunk on it. There we go. It's finally coming off. I can see stuff like this. There we go. We got some numbers on it. When you guys learn how to do this stuff, but man, it's going to come to us one day. We're going to learn all the stuff for ourselves. So it's hard to see what this chip is, but it's got a lot of, like I said, I can see some writing down there before. This came off one of these microwave chips, I think they are. You got a lot of tweezers, so we need to learn how to play around with stuff. But we'll see what happens that Grant will do this weekend when we get to the Oxford. I don't want to burn the boards and stuff. You got to keep it really low on the thing like that. The good thing about the solder iron, it actually heats up very quick. So we got something out of here. We got something really cool. Maybe we'll try to brighten this down a little bit. They are magnifying glass. There's a calibration tool that comes with this thing. Let's focus on the number on this thing right now. It's back in a second. We'll just look at one of the circle things. We'll bring this chip back in about a few minutes. Let's try to focus on one of these things. That looks like a brown canal, so let's get this a good glimpse of this guy. There we go. That's perfect. And then we can see them. Anything good. Okay. Let's check all these chips we got here. Because all these lights and stuff. Let's see if we can turn off this light here so we get a better glimpse. Or NWO something in there. This is a looks like ECEO 03000 M00. So that's a crystal, guys. So what does it mean? Times 10 IC 101 times 10 times 101 dots. So look at those components. You guys can see everything. Good on that one. You guys see the connectors. There's a resistor R12, not 21. That's a resistor 2, R2. That's got to be resistors. C720. There's another circuit mount chip there. You guys see? You guys can see. Oh, there's the date on that thing. So this year. More circuit component cards. You can remove those. We can see the traces of this board. Man, this thing seems very good. That one broke off last night because I was doing something. It was this board here. This happened earlier today. It was this guy here. That's what broke off this guy here today. That's the one I actually have. That's what I did the first time when I desoldered this today with the this solder iron today. That's what happened. See the component here. You can actually see all that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got a lot of chips we can do, but this is amazing. I can see surface chips. That means we can remove a lot of surface chips and keep them collected. But I have a lot of them in a pile I did a while back when I burned with the heat gun. But we can see them that large. So that's pretty cool. It's this chip here. We're going to show you this chip in a minute. And it got us some reading. You can't see chips with this board very well, but I can see it with my eyes. And that's the only thing in this microscope. It could see some numbers, but wish there was a high quality microscope. You could see some of it, but it can see little small chips. That's what this thing does. You see these little components. This is what this microscope can do. You can see a lot of stuff here. And you can look at trace boards. There's one of those 189 boards, or 981. This is the way to flip this. Yeah, I can see it's 189,931. That's the board we burnt today, but it's not burnt. Let me show you in a second. Just clean up the flux and get it off. There we go. Better, it's not burnt. So let's go to 931 right there. Yeah, it really looks like a little burnt, but it'd be okay. That's the way the colors look like. Guys, it'll still be good if you do something like this time, guys. But you guys can look at that. It's an idea. So it looks like 189 or 981. So let me see, that's a 189. That's a 981. So the one's actually backwards. It's not 189. So it's actually 981. That's what the chip was. You guys look at that chip right there. You can see how the one looks like it's upside down. But it's actually 681. That's what that chip is. Q311. And R37 is realistic 370. So that's a realistic. So those like the quad 5, it was actually called a 904 chip. And you had to remove this chip right here like this. And that's how I did it with a solder iron and got it off. But you can still do it with a solder iron like this. And you can remove chips with a solder iron pretty easily. Let's try that right now. I'm gonna go get a drink center for this. It's gonna heat up pretty quick. This thing is sensitive. Let's try with this solder iron we have here. See how heat this thing very quick it does. It's actually heating up right now, and it's heating up pretty fast. It's at 156 Celsius. Trying to see how it's gotten up to. So we're getting ready to go to get this chip. So usually you can move it with a solder iron, and a lot of tricks can do that. It's at 334 Celsius. What's the temperature of that? It's at 600 degrees. Up for a minute. Well, solder irons remove this so we don't burn the board. Wax off, wax on. And we'll get the pin, the wax on itself. We'll show you a little bit later. We'll do a little cell phone video later. We'll do a short clip of this video, maybe a few minutes. Drink and let you guys look at this. She's good. It's actually 334 Celsius. Turn up the heat to get this guy out. I don't want to burn the board too high. Right this way with my magnifying glass. My head on down. I had to heat this up a little bit and tip the iron. I'm going to go 400 degrees on this one. We'll go back to 350 on this one. That was 332 degrees. So around 406. 6 Celsius. We'll go back to 332 Celsius. Not. Guys, we're doing good, so we can get this removed. Usually he can remove this better. We'll have to tip this iron about. Damn hard at 406 Celsius. I'm about to go to 450 on this guy. So doing that, we're moving at 450. I'm gonna go to 450 Celsius. That's probably how it's gonna work. Let's do a little solder tip on it to get it to work. It does pretty good soldering. It does work. So you guys like. That was good. That was soldering. So you guys see that. Tip to tip. She heats up at 450 Celsius. Pretty good. Let's try and get this thing off. Yeah, but don't have those yet. This thing's heat for a lot. Temperature a little more. Let's go to 483 Celsius. Too much ball. We'll get it removed in a second. Boy, look how big that thing was, guys. Might work this way. There it goes, guys. We're about to move it. Good. You guys saw it? Yeah, we just got it. Practicing. It was about to move. I want to see. That hurt. Got a little solder in it, but that's all right, guys. It'll burn your thumbs with the when you put in that gold stuff. But we're okay. That was a split little solder, but that happens. We're good. It was. Let's go back to the 109. We almost got it, guys. See how we did it? There we go. We got it out. And usually the worst case scenario happens like that. It'll burn your board like that. It's a better idea to do. We know our ideas. Yeah, we're good, dudes. But yeah, get a little burn in the thumb, solder a little bit. It will burn the shit out of you. That's when I was pressing on the gold type stuff thing. Just be careful. Sometimes solder will spit on the burn, but it'll be all right. My hand will be all right. Okay. Yeah, with the solder, but that's an idea. We can also chip this area here. Burn off the board a bit. Let's go get that little piece of the thing we had. So where's that chip we removed? There it is. We'll clean it off. We'll get it off there in a second. Let's put this back to 332 degrees. I think 350 degrees be good. That Celsius will be back, be okay. So it's good. We did all right, guys. See that chip removed? It'll come off. So what happened? That board got broken off. So it does remove better with heat guns. Let's get that thing out of the way. I've done it before with a thin soldering tip, but I got it removed pretty easily. Do it up there. Stuck. We can move it there. Up so you guys can see it. So yeah, it's pretty cool, guys. You saw that. We'll look at the chip we got today. Here's a glimpse. There's that little cute chip we had. You guys don't want to do your board to get a thin tip iron if you're going to remove something like this. Because my quad five did one time and did that. It's 681, but I've got that thing. Bring it back here. Are you guys still here? I don't know. Get this thing flip over. I think 681, that's what it was. So that chip got burnt. You guys saw that. So it's better to do with a heat gun. So you guys saw we did some demonstrations of that. So that's really cool. So who's in the chat tonight? So we'll get some to drink soon, guys. I'll be right back in a minute when we do. And you guys can still see the camera? What's going on here? Oh, so we lost camera. Hello. There we go. There we go. Yeah, good glimpse. There we go. We got it perfect. Guys, that's the thing we took off today. Let's take a look who's out there. I got a cool little Texas pill. Modulation plus interview. I might sell it, but I'm after a 2 amp. Cool. I'm going to say I need to go watch some fly production verse. 20 UDX 21 came out tonight and Walker's Custom 409 UDX 401. Yo, we're doing some cool thing with the solder iron, the one I got today, guys. You see that? But I did burn my hand a little bit, not too bad. When you do it in that gold type stuff and some solder spit, touch a little bit, that happens. This stuff gets really hot. Is that the quad fiber you're taking apart? No, that's not the quad fiber deal. The quad fiber is not the one I'm not taking apart. No. The one I did the quad fiber, you remember a while back, I had to use my hands, my other solder on the hands, it's called a hands, chipping thing it was. And I had to get the thin tip iron. When I did one time, I got it up to almost 420 degrees Fahrenheit, and I looked at through my magnifying glass, my glasses thing. I took my time out, and I slid away from the capacitor. So I removed that chip back then when I got the 11-meter monitor. It took when I took these 20 minutes to do it. That's it, but not with this kind of soldering. I have a little tip soldering that does that. The one you guys see, the one looks like the blue LED type soldering. That's what I got. The one you saw. This is not a quad five. It's one of these chips are from It could be mostly from the TV board, or mostly that's what they come from: TV boards, coffee shop type boards, coffee one of those coffee maker boards, or a microwave. And some could be an old Comcast router I used to have, but I have one of those TV boards. It's a little bit bigger. That actually has a lot more components on it. So it's probably one of these boards I got off. This is the one I took off something like this. You guys see that? So that it was actually one of those boards. If I was an old board we don't use anymore, it actually has all these connectors. So it's not from a radio, guys. It's not from a stereo. It's these other chip components, and the one you saw earlier today was part of a scanner from a unit scanner. It was a Bearcat scanner we had, an old one from the 90s. Which it did not work, so I took that one apart too. Got some of the circuit components. So who's in here today? I'm going a little, that's cool. Texas 2 peel, that's awesome, guys. So you guys are enjoying this. This is a little microscope showing all this stuff. We just move the chips off the surface. There we go. So let you guys look at that. Take a look at the screen. There we go. Let me get closer on that. So you guys getting like that? It's pretty quiet out here today. Let me show you. There we go. We got this good. Okay, guys, let's turn this board and give this fake balance a look at. There we go. We can see something. You see that? Cool. That one got burnt, but it is not from a quad 5, so it's from those other chips you're seeing. I would never put my radio on something like that. If you want to repair something like that, you always got to take your time to do that. But the heat gun does a very good job, but you got to turn it really low to get those chips off. But it does work to do it. So what is this component we're looking at, guys? See what this is. There it goes, guys. There we go. So you guys get those numbers off that thing. You got a little center. Oop. That's perfectly got right there. What is that component right there? The one that looks like this guy here. Looking right here. That is pretty cool, guys. You can see its numbers, everything. Awesome. So I'll show you guys in a minute. I'll be right back to get something to drink so you guys take a look at this component. This is pretty cool. But that was that board I was doing. It's on my quad 5, so I would never do that on my radio. Not with DC guns. These are mostly we can put scavenge for parts and stuff like that. Maybe we could actually get a lot of good components out of that. I'll be right back in a few minutes. Getting something to drink. I'm back, guys. We're doing a little short video of this thing in a minute. We're going to be putting this on YouTube. So I'm waiting for all you guys out there tonight. So I'm just showing this what the setup we did. I'll show you guys we got that cool thing we have here. There's our chip mode. And there's our little microscope you see here with the battery hook up here. Rock and roll right here. 1227 even on this clock is around 1221 in the even. Got this here on a sharp screen. You guys seen this a while back. Usually was over this area here a while back. You guys seen. So just want to show you it's pretty late, dark at night. So this is our surface thing. Here's our solid component. And this is how we show you how this thing works. We got guys that watch this on the live internet right now on YouTube. So we were doing all these chips tonight. Let me get us a zoom. These are that stuff here tonight. And that's with the board we're doing that today. That is that chip we're looking at and other chips here. This is our magnifying scope. You guys seen it? It comes with this type of thing. I'll show you in a second. Before we go over there in a second. I think we have the original box here. I had this well back for a long time. And I bought it back several years ago. And I took it off here tonight with this, which we have something that makes that it's not great, so that's why I have to attach it. And that's what it has. And it comes in a box on this side. It's got this miniature CD with it. But most I didn't have to install nothing. It works on tablets. It'll work on Windows 10 only, but it does work on a Windows 11. That's what it does. What she looks like. And it does all that. See, it does PVC. Let me show you. It does PVC. It does little things like that. That's what we're mostly doing. PVC boards like that. It works on Android tablets and notebooks. I just don't trust this thing. I wish we could make something better, but they do sell some different ones. If we could build a good tripod for this thing, that'd be awesome. But it does work good. It's better than anything with the magnifying glass, but the magnifying glass thing we still have to do. Now this is our solder iron we got today. It plugs in the back of the board. And we got 3 plugs running to this thing right now down on the floor. So it does have no fans in this one. It does not. Very small chip. There's our iron gun there. And we were just trying out this tonight. Let's give us a little demonstration what this heat gun sounds like. And I'm gonna turn it on a second. Watch what we do. We turn on the switch here. That's at 420 Celsius. And just make sure it sets. That means it changes over to solder. I think we're gonna go over there. This switch turns it on. Let's grab this thing. You can hear it. And that's what do not put this on your phone. So that is the thing. Has its fan. And the way you gotta adjust this thing, I'll show you guys how to do it. Put that back here. This has a magnet when it turns off. This is where you adjust the airflow. We had it in the middle. That's the air gun. It can go higher. That's what it does. Do not put this near your phone. We're okay. It comes with the other nozzles. It comes with 2 more nozzles. And this tip actually will work. We'll put it back here. So we put it back here. It'll shut off in a minute. We're going to turn our heat gun back to middle between 4 and 5. And SLP means it's in sleep mode. And I'm going to shut this baby off here. Then I'm going to show us a little thing how we do something. Hard to hold this with one hand. I'm going to set it with a solder gun. It's at 350 Celsius. Now we got this here. Beautiful tip here, you guys see it? I actually got this ready to go. Earlier today did this. We had a dip of that sauce there over there, and then we had to retip the solder arm to do. Second, I'll show you in a second. I put a little piece of solder down here so you guys see how fast this thing burns. I'm not kidding. It burns really quite fast. I'll show this in a second. Here you go. Burn this thing is going to burn fast. It's very light as a pencil. So watch what I'm do. So it's going to burn fast as you right now. It does burn fast, so I got to get a good glimpse of it. There it goes. Let's just see how fast it burns. Yeah, she does. Yep, we just dropped the ball. It does burn. That's absolutely good. Yeah, we got it stuck. That's awesome. Then what you do with this, float it around, we're gonna tip it in there. You gotta do this a number of times like this, and repeat the process 2 or 3 times. So put it in there with a nice tip off. So she got the tip. There we go. We got the tip ready to go. And I'll do that later, but we had that piece of solder fall down here. Hey guys, we got it pretty good. We grabbed it. It's gonna melt in a second. Give it a few seconds to melt. It just dry. That happens. I gotta show you how to do that, but it does really good. You guys saw it on the screen today. We're dipping some more of this stuff. Fine. Then, um, dip it. With one hand, that's pretty good. And we'll do it again. We'll do it later. These guys give you a good glimpse. Doing that stuff. Wish I had more of this stuff, guys, but if you want to send me some T900 solder iron tips, that's what these are. They'll use the ones from Walmart to give like $9. It'll work with the solder iron. It is a beautiful solder iron. So we got a good tip on. Got a good tip is rust it. You can do it on this thing here. That is pretty good. So we're gonna have to put it back in the pin. And you put gold stuff in this too, guys. You can put gold stuff in there. We're pretty good. And that's what I'm saying, guys. We got a beautiful setup. I'll probably retip this later before we get out of here today. I want you guys to go find one of these marker scopes. Maybe you guys get a nice one. It hooks up by USB. And we got this hooked up by a USB cord on the TV screen we're watching here. And I'll show you our live stream we're looking at tonight on YouTube. Our guys in here tonight are watching us here. You guys can see it here So we're actually talking in the studio. So that is the wireless microphone on the laptop up here. You guys can see. So we're actually on that OBS studio out here tonight. So we're doing the recording tonight. So the iron thing we did. So if anybody wants to see this review of this solder iron, let us know. It's the solder iron working station 8586. For all you people on Temu, give you a review on it. It's a 10 out of stars if you take some time. But do not burn the boards with this thing. You could still remove little SD connectors like this, what happened today. You guys saw that. And I'm going to close this out in a second and go back to the big screen. It did that one on the top, so that's what happened, but you can actually do it with a piece. The other one we did with a heat gun to remove that no problem. And you can still do either way. You can still do it this way, do easily, but you have to turn your tune down there before. I wish they made this for Fahrenheit, but if you guys want to give me some information about Celsius to Fahrenheit, here in the United States we're used to Fahrenheit, but it's okay. This is a nice soldering gun. You guys heard it shut off. So she's working properly. And if you guys want to send, if anybody at Temu wants to send me more solder iron stuff from China or here in the United States, let me know. Get a hold of one of our guys out there in he's part called United Delta X-ray, the United Delta X-ray. Well, he's part of, we do C radios. We're in a C radio club. We do C radio repair stuff, our own stuff. We're part of United Delta X-ray. This guy's name is UDX390, called 390 Wagmaster. He is called 390 Wagmaster on YouTube. If you want to email him, send him some stuff to him, send some stuff to me. Email him udxcbradio@yahoo.com. udxcbradio@yahoo.com. If you want to send him one of these solder irons, let us know. Please send him one of these for free to Wagmaster on YouTube. His name is Mike. He's out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And if you want to send some stuff to me, you can send it through him. He'll send it to me. So make sure you check this out, guys. This is the solder iron working station 8586. Check it out on Temu. I got this for like $31. It came to 36, which was 35, I think it was. Free shipping. Is a beautiful tip. I wish I got more stuff for solder tips and a little more of these. And I'll be able to learn how to do it, but it is a beautiful machine. But for the price, it's well worth it. And it is well worth it for this machine. It's not that big, it's not that heavy. And it takes a few minutes to screw the things in. And it comes with a cool instruction book. We'll bring it here in a second. I'll show you the instruction book before we get out of here. So you guys will see the video later. So we're talking about it on here on the screen. So I'm going to show them that so you'll be able, you guys will see it. And then you get off this live stream tonight, you'll see the short 10-minute video I'm doing right now. So I'm showing the other thing. I'm going to show you the manual on it tonight for those guys out there. 13 minutes in the video right now on the offline video. People, this is the solder iron manual 8586, and we're going to show this on the World Wide Web today. And it also comes with these little things. That's we got those things, air gun things. That's the big one, and the one we got on that little small one. That's all we got. So there's also other models of the 858A and the 858D. 858D is different. So that's what this is. You guys want to pause this on video to see this? You guys are going to love the solder iron tips. Yeah, I brought them out with tonight. I think we have all this. I'll show you guys where we get them at with Wally World. On these sonar tips at Wally World, they do work. They will work with this one. So it's actually the range temperature. These will work with that sonar I have here. It is the 800 series. So I'll show you what it is. Show you what it is. So check these out when you go to Wally World. Get this set. It'll work with the 800 series. It's the same tips, the same size. You guys saw the video on the shortcut video today. I'll show you what one of them look like. It is the same size for the sidearms, so they do fit them. They fit other sidearms too, but they will fit on that one too. I haven't tried them out to use it. In case that tip gets burned out, tips just in case. But I wish I had all those other soldering tips that comes with this in the book. I wish someone could see some more. But this is the magazine, the instruction book of the soldering iron working station. The 8586, I think it's called. That's right. So we're looking at here. You guys want to pause this to look at it, to learn about it? Then this is the specification sheet. I had an instruction book, I had to print out one of these a few days ago, and I wrote down the Fahrenheit temperature for each one, and wish we could turn this into Fahrenheit. So, stations, this is the one we're looking at here, the 8586 one. That is actually what it is. The other one is a different one on the top. So you can pause that here on page 3, and you guys can take a look at that later. So that's what it is. Give a good glimpse on the screen so you guys can see it. So you guys pause it right there. Okay, let's move on to the next page. We can go about what it talks about here. We're going to show you in a second here. All about the models here. The one we got is up here, the 8586 model. What other models you guys are looking at? So if you want to pause this to read this, you can go ahead and do that anytime you want. So make sure to do that. Then the next page on page 5 is the one I have down there. And I think, oh, here we go. We got more booking up here. There's actually more stuff here. Out of the way. I've got the heat stain. So if you want to pause that, you can take a look at that. I'll show you a little bit more of the specification sheet, what this thing actually has. This is something that pops up in the bonus section, Daniel. And they didn't show this one on the internet. So look at the hot air thing, the hot air thing. Look at these little nozzles they have here. They have a lot of them. Wish I had every one of them that works for different models. But there it is. It'll work for all those working stations of the models you saw here today on this instruction manual. And 7. So yeah, look at that. These are the sonar tips we need to get. We have a few of them right now. And I'll show you the sonar tips. You guys can pause this in the video to take a look at this. So we have some of these tips here. This is the 900 in series soldering tips. That's what they are. On that solder iron type system. It is pretty cool. Pause this video, look on page 6 to look at it. So you guys will like that. I wish I had all of these soldering tips. We have some of these are working, but you guys saw that today. So that was really cool. Instruction manual of all the other models they have. And they talk about this warning thing, be careful, there's like quartz in it. That the hot air desolder table for the soldering station for SMU. You guys can have a copy of the manual online to read it on the internet, on video land, on YouTube land. You guys are good. So we're having this all set up tonight, doing a little practice thing for the YouTube guys out there. Our UDX members are watching it live on the live stream. So we're using this cell phone video so you guys can see it. And this little micro thing you can get on Temu for the price. This one's one of my first ones I got. I used to get it work on my tablet a long time ago and one of my phones. And it became very useful tonight. After almost 8 years, I haven't seen it for a while. I haven't seen this thing since Utah. So it looks pretty good. So it's pretty good, guys. And this is our soldering station. Did all the stuff in the world. So you guys have a good night. Not on the live stream. We're talking about on cell phone video here. Offline videos. So you'll see this video later. This is our solder plus we're using. I'll show you what it is. So that's what we're using tonight. You're gonna see that. Pretty cool. So I'll catch you guys later on the offline cell phone video. But our live streams continue for about 3 minutes. We'll be getting off the live stream soon. So this is the offline video. We're going to show you all the soldering stuff. Everything's cool to the tips. This thing is like a pencil when you grab it. It is a beautiful soldering. And you can take this thing apart. It does have the gold stuff that goes in it. So it's pretty good. And she's the light as a feather. So it's a beautiful soldering thing. So you guys can see the tips. So you guys get a good glimpse. That's what we're using today on the live stream. And you guys can see all that. So I'm talking about UTX 362 over East Tennessee, getting on down on the soldering tonight on the cell phone video, on the little offline video, and we got a live stream going on YouTube right now. You guys can take a look at that on this live stream what we did today of the soldering iron. The working station you'll see, and you can replay this video of how I did it. Maybe you guys can learn some skills from it. And we'll be getting out of here soon on this offline video. I'll catch you guys later. UDX 362 of Knoxville, Tennessee. The 8586 soldering working station. We're showing the instruction manual we showed you. And we show you what the setup looks like. If you guys want to buy one of these on Temu, make sure you go look it up. Or you can go to AliExpress to find one. Get one of these for a beginner. Start out. You'll actually like it. And I have other soldering irons beside this one. Catch you later. And I'll see you guys soon. Bring out more videos soon. Anybody on the live stream right now? So I was doing an offline video where you guys see the soldering station. You can't see it on the microscope. It'll be kind of that what it is. So yeah, we did an offline video just now. We'll upload it later after we get off this live stream here. So we gotta bring all this laptop back in. So yeah, you guys see this thing that's showing the other chips tonight. So we'll slide this off the screen. Slide this off the screen. We were doing some soldering while ago with this thing. We just dropped one of these off the thing we were doing on the video a few minutes ago. It's pretty good. So we'll throw that in the collection here. You can always recycle your solder and keep it. So it was a pretty cool demonstration. Yep. Yeah, pretty good. And we'll see that big chip we were talking about today. We guys saw this one today. We got that guy off today. Pretty cool. You want to burn yourself with this stuff. We got a lot of capacitors that we solder later on. But we're just showing a demonstration. We got more surface chips so we can play around with this stuff. And I have a lot of it. But mostly we could desolder a lot of these components here. We actually did something tonight, but not this board. So we can do a lot more with this. Once you desolder all the stuff, you can actually usually remove the transformer first, then you get down to the components down where you want. We actually showed this on video too, the capacitors of this board. I'll show you guys the resistors. we got it over to here. We can show you guys this thing we're looking at. You guys remember this board. Today, we're looking at this guy here, and we're looking at this guy here, and we're looking at, that looks like a positive type thing. And we're looking at this board here today. You guys can see that. And we're looking at this board here. Let's get us a zoom on this guy. Try to re-zoom this back up. There we go. Now we got some shiny objects. Cool. Now we can see a little bit better, guys. Man, this would be a great QSL card for listers. Yeah. And this is our diodes. I like to save a bunch of these bad boys. I have some diodes when I put them on DC68 radio. When I one time hooked up the thing the wrong way and shut that radio off, and then I had to put a dioid in it, and I bought off one off of Fleabay, which I have a pack of dioids that are a little bit bigger, and it brought back the radio back to life once I did it. So these will look like dioids. Dioids, you want to keep these bad boys, and will stay alive. They're a little like little relays or something. That, you guys see it? What's the shows? 250 volt MST, 12 amps. I think that's what it is. Let me see. Oh, not 12. It's T2 A 25 volt CQ and things. Look at that component. Wow. I'm gonna be able to move that. We got another. That's a heat shrink wrap. That's a metal thing. We have to move all these components, especially this one here. See it? We got some surface components. Look like this guy here. There we go. But once this board goes flat, we can actually, this is on the back side of this board. We'll still have more. It's too close to the microscope because this microscope only shoots up really close range. That's what it does. But yeah, it's pretty cool, guys. You could display coins, all kinds of stuff, you name it. You could do all kinds of coins. You guys could see all kinds of cool stuff on this thing. And every day we were doing the Bearcat theory of it. This chip I couldn't remove today. I was trying to do this guy here, this giant chip. I was trying to remove this here, and I wanted to do it right now to remove this. There's got to be a way to remove this chip to come off. Maybe it'll take a while to heat up. It probably will heat up in a minute. Let's try it before we do the outage tonight. Let's see if we can remove this chip. I don't know if we can try. I was trying to remove this today. It was very hard to do. Maybe I have to heat up component very hard. Let's do the rest of these chips and remove them tonight before we get out of here. Let's remove these small boards so we can have some fun with it. You guys can have some fun tonight. Let's do it right now. If you guys need a little bit having fun tonight, we'll be getting out of here real soon tonight. So we're gonna be putting some more solder flux on this thing. Looks good. More. I put it back to 500 degrees. I think that's what we got it. It's at 420 degrees. It should be okay. 420 Celsius. Good guys. Yep, not the moon. Cool. Put up the top here. Good. The heat to turn the fire. Go, guys. We got it. Yay! Got the chip removed. Had to use a pliers to do it, guys. Pretty cool, man. Got it. Totally awesome. We're gonna use our little red pliers to do it. Pull it off. I found the number was called, as you see, R318 or something. It's Let's bad boy away in a second. We had it almost full blast around these 6 between 8. What is that? It's kind of hot. Fine. There it goes. It's like R318. That's what it's called, the listing. Yeah, a lot of burnout spots, but it's okay. You guys, it was removed moving before, so board looks pretty good shape. Don't do this till 5 radio, so make sure thing. So we're good, guys. We're good. We got the chip removed. That was a hard component. Some are hard components to build, but yes, we had to put a lot of flux on them to get them removed. So we got that chip removed tonight. We'll show you what it came out to be tonight. We have to see. We'll show you the chip right now, since our little thing is cooling off right now. Okay, let the shut off the switch. This is the chip we just got a few minutes ago. We're about to wipe off the flux off it. So that's what it's called. Yeah, pretty good, but all the pins are still there. Let's try to see what this chip's called. This is something here. So read that, see what it is. It's X something bio 52 something. 52T or 52, it looks like 5227. So that's the board. Let's give us a little preamp and see what it looks like tonight. Just shut off. Pretty good. We were trying to look at what is chip called. And we act up like that, I would see it. What we're looking at was looking like a bunch of numbers. There we go. There was some numbers out there. Just see it, I brightened it up a little bit so you can see the chips. There's our numbers right there. You guys can take a look. Clamps. That's cool. So we took this chip out today. We don't know what this is. We had it earlier today, so that was awesome. Let's put some similar chip beside that. I'm glad you guys came on the stream tonight. This is the chip we removed it from this board. So that is our numbers. You can see everything on the PVC board. Still got more of these things here. Out there. So our chips are up that area. We'll have to use a heat gun to get those off if we want. We're just having some fun. And practice, it did melt some of this part a little bit we had today. Chip all the way out there from this board here. That's the square chip we just removed. That's just flux right there. So we actually removed it off this board today. You guys see right here. This glimpse here we got. Still flux still on the system. You guys can still see it. This is still good on the board, so we didn't damage the board inside. That's a lot of flux is still going in this whole thing. Let's give us you guys can tell by that that's on the Mac thing was off there. A little better. Let's just remove this stuff. Yeah, a little bit much better, guys. You can see it. And we got a lot of flux over this side here. We can use that stuff right there. A little bit much better, but it's not that bad. You guys can still see some of the flux over that way. All this flux out so it doesn't ruin the boards. If it doesn't ruin the board, it's okay. We removed that stuff so it came out. We can even put the chip back in if we want, but we're not going to do that now. All that tonight. RG318. So right here. We got all that stuff out. There's a lot of flux in the system. You guys can clean the board, but they look okay. It's not too bad. There's a lot of flux on this stuff, but chip's not been broken. Looks pretty good. Oh, this is the chip I was trying to move, that big chip, but it's humongous. I had to use a big nozzle for those. So there's actually more chips like this one we have here. See, there's more there. You got the things like that. So I'm gonna wait to you guys out tonight, so you guys are doing good. And we'll put it right here so you guys have got that little micro thing. It's pretty cool. This one was looking over here. There we go. And look how close that microscope got up to, guys. You saw that. We can see its chip and everything. A little blurry, but that's a little better, guys. A lot better. Let's go over and see what that board looks like again. Now we can see the surface stuff. Very clean, guys. Looking good. Board doesn't look like it's ripped to its trace. It still looks in good shape. Chip here. Looks in good shape. There we go. Alright, guys. So who came in the chat tonight? I'm gonna go take a look who came out there. Hold on a second. There we go, guys. If you didn't see that on the stream, go look at the where we had problems here. Yes, this will remove that chip today, guys. You saw that. Q305, you see it there. That's what that is, this little component. Here, that's the one we removed the board earlier today. You guys saw that. This is the one we removed from that chip. That's the chip we removed today, this one here. We definitely removed this chip earlier today. Right here. And across over here. That's the chip we removed today. That's the one it is. Pear-shaped chip we did. That's R371. She looks pretty good. Chip is here. We haven't moved this week, but it's board looks good on that one. Go back to that chip we were looking at earlier. This is another one. We got a component that looks like. That is beautiful. Okay, guys, we show you the chip. We were showing this chip earlier today. This one here. Saw this earlier today. Let's go back over this chip I found. Let's look at this big chip. 11, 05, 11G, 50, 04, GG, 81, 024. Let's see that. Back to that crazy chiplet stuff. That's realistic R12. Pretty cool. Let's start up there for a while. Well, let's go over here somewhere else. That should go. Okay. So who came out there tonight? Let's go look at people today. So we're going to get out of here tonight, guys. 1:02, 1:22 a.m. in the morning. I'm glad you guys stayed this whole tonight. Say who's out here tonight. So we're going to take a look. I'm parking on this chip here, guys. Oops, don't get that. So he's talking about UJX 33 Scottsville, I think Arizona, and MW1E EWJ came out there. Good morning to you out there. Walker's Custom UJX 409's been out here for a while. Just got a code 142 GTL base. It works, but I'm waiting for the microphone adapter to try to replacing the fuse socket. Could need more work, but it powers on and all the lights work. Cool. I just got a cool one pill Texas Star modulator plus into a verbal light cell. I'm after a 2 amp. Cool. That's totally awesome. I'm going 21.c. I'm going 10, but I need to watch some flies produce first. Mark Sankons came out there, UTX 875. Thanks for coming out there tonight. Yeah, floating away with flux, laughing out, leaving like and a 10-7 good night. That was flowing flux, but that was that little microscope screen. But you guys are gonna see a short clip video for 21 minutes of showing what it looks like. The instruction booklet, you guys will get to see it, and it's pretty cool. You guys will see all that later when I get off this live stream. So I'm gonna let you guys go tonight. You guys have a great night. We'll catch you later from UDX 362 over Knoxville, Tennessee, getting on down. Let's turn off this little camera, put this little image size so it shows for you guys to see tonight. So we'll catch you guys later, and we'll catch you guys soon. We'll see you guys on the next live stream we'll do. So that was great on October 6th between 7th. So it took like 3 days. I think it took 4 days to get it here from New Jersey. That's where it came from on Temu. Yeah, do that, and it came very quick to Knoxville, Tennessee, and to my area. It came in like a size of good box, and this thing's pretty quite cool. But I recommend get one of these solder irons. Try to get one when you get some time. And we got that cool TV screen on it. So you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later. UDX 362 over Knoxville, Tennessee, getting on down. Let's slow this around for a few minutes and start shutting all this stuff down. So I'm going to shut everything down. Shut off the Windows camera. And we'll have to put all this laptop stuff away in a couple hours. It shouldn't take at least about an hour. And this was pretty good. So we had that beautiful radio on that one. So you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later. We'll see you alligator later, guys. UGX 362 getting down in Knoxville, Tennessee, getting on down. I'm glad I brought out the microscope tonight. We might do some more of these videos of these practice boards, having fun. Who knows? We need a little bit more videos. People can learn, but yeah. And we'll get these chips put in something, a little bag and stuff, and save the components. We got some nice components out of this board. We got Rubicon capacitors. They were like the ones you get, the ones you see in the Amazon thing. But yeah, they're all like the Amazon things. Yeah, these are actually Rubicon capacitors to get out of some of these boards. They're pretty nice ones to got, but they'll still be reusable. So you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later. UDX 362 getting on down from Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll see who say good night to all out there before we get out of here. And don't forget to check out 390 Wagmaster on YouTube and CBLOUNGE2112 and Highlander 498 Interactive Video Games. Check out 20 out there on Old Radio Night on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And check out Old Tube Radio Network comes on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. But the Old Radio Night usually comes on first at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And also on Fridays, check World Radio 559 in California. They did we did a 10-4 day holiday thing. We still have to go through that whole 6 to 7 hour video. So we're doing that tonight. We're showing the circuit mounts of the chips we did tonight on the microscope on this cool screen. And I can see you guys on there the screen, but it looks pretty good. So we had a great tonight with the heat iron gun. We'll show you a clip later of 21 minutes what it looks like the setup. So I had to try something I hadn't tried for a long time, and I wanted to do this, and it came out pretty decent. But we'll have to learn about how we get a microscope on something really good. But holding on a holding's hands is pretty good. So man, it was a lot of flux playing around, but it's just a little fun. But we won't use a heat gun on anybody's radio just in case you want to replace something important with a back capacitor. It'll work that way with this heat gun. We use it for the heat gun can be used for a lot of things. It can be used for heat shrink wraps. It could do a lot more than that. And if you don't want to use a big heat gun to fry that, it's a lot better than frying the chips when I've done my other ones with the harder heat gun when I actually had to push a lot of them off the smart sleeve. This still do work some good. But solder iron I can do is desolder a lot of the components. I can still get in there and do all that. Maybe we'll do it on the grant sometime during when we get the Oxbray this week. Because I'm waiting on that and see what happens. But I hope it works for me when I do the deoxspray, and I'll just make sure I mark the relay where black mark on that side where you put back in, so we can see what happens when we flow the solder. And we did a great night on components we were looking at. You guys saw that. and this was a soldering iron thing we want to try out tonight, and it does pretty good. And then what it does is it heats up pretty quick with the soldering iron. My other ones take a while to heat up, but this thing heats up very quick. I wish we can get all the heat elements for these things, or just get another one of these. The soldering iron and the heat gun just plugs in for another set. Who knows? But these things are very light as a bell. But I recommend you get one of these soon, guys. Um, I'll put the link down below where you get it on Temu and AliExpress and the microscope type thing. But I had this microscope for a long time. So you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later from UDX 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. We had showed something really cool today. We'll do some more videos like this, have some fun. And you guys can relax and chat out here. But something other people don't do on their channels, but that was really cool. I'm sure 390 is watching this out there tonight and all the other guys out there. So you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later from UDX 362 in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're just showing our cool soldering iron, doing surface mount removing power on a Tuesday night morning and a Monday morning. And we'll catch you guys later. Have a good night. We'll see you soon from the Fox Band 362 over on YouTube. Have a good night. We'll see you later. And bring out more videos soon.